Hi, this is Shell of Shell's Creations. Today I want to share with you a technique that I use over and over again when I am scrapping. My favorite digital scrapbooking layouts are the ones that look a little bit three-dimensional, that have some shadowing to them, and because of that I am right now really enjoying photos that kind of look like they're just laying there on the page and the edges curl up just a little bit. In fact, I use them so often that I put together this product. It's called Curled Frames, and each of these frames frames come in 6 different sizes, and each one has 2 different shadow variations for the back of it, and they're layered so that if you like a darker shadow you could just duplicate the shadow layer so that it's twice as dark, or if you like it lighter you could lower the opacity on it. If you don't like a white frame and you want to do something else, you got that on a separate layer so that you can play with those. So how do you arrange them? Let's take a look at some of the layouts that I have done recently. Sometimes I will use them in place of a template, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But I also will just put them on in a cluster, stick them together based on what size and orientation my photos are, and I just turn them a little bit so that it just kind of looks like I dumped them right there on the page. Sometimes I will use them in a stripe across the page. You can see on this one I needed room for the title, so I've got the title here, so that one they just kind of climb across the page, and they're different sizes based on what my pictures were. So this one is like the 3x4 one, turned on its end. These are the 4x5 ones. This is probably the 4x5 ones, only larger. I will change the size on them, make them smaller or larger so that they fit with what I'm doing, and this is the 5x7 one. You can see that in most of the recent layouts that I've done, I have an assortment of them. Here's sometimes I just put the 8x10 one by itself on a page, or if I just had 2 photos on a page, I might spread them out that way. But I'm just arranging them with however many photos I have and what the orientations are, kind of in a clump or a cluster. And so I would just say, just lay it out there. Just put it where your pictures where you need them, and work with the rest of them in whatever fashion seems to work. You can see that I've got a wide variety of assortments here, just kind of depending on what I had. I do like large photos, so very often you will see one that's a large photo on one side. Let's see if there's a few more here. Yeah. And again, each side, these are my double page layouts, and so there's kind of 2 sides to them, so you could just use the one side and use a couple of them, but they are a fun item to be able to just arrange, and because they're on different layers you can move things and put them on top of each other so they show up. So that's my advice. Now you can also use them with templates. If you have a favorite template that you like, for example, here's one of my favorite templates. It has 2 photo spots on it right here, and you can see that they just have the regular flat solid shadows. So if I bring in the 4x5, looks to be about the right proportion on this one, bring in the 4x5 PSDs instead, then this is the look I get from it. And you can see how that has just kind of some more personality there with the edges of the photos being a little bit curled. So it's easy to use them on templates that you already have that you like. So there's 2 different ways you can use these. You can either just put your photos together, just lay it out there with whatever photos you've got, and then go ahead and add embellishments around the outside and in the spots in between. Or you can pick a favorite template and go ahead and substitute the photos that are in it for these frames that have the nice shadows that go with it. If you have any questions, you can reach me at shells.creations1@gmail.com. See you next time.